What's good, everybody? It's your boy Disco 101. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, guys, we're gonna be going over some things that I think you should know before supporting eSlab 2. This video is aimed for the people who may have heard about eSlab 2, maybe through the grapevine on some Twitter clips. Maybe they heard from a friend, saw a couple of clips, and was like, man, you know, this game's kind of interesting, and maybe thought about playing the game. I have been a huge, relentless shill when it comes to supporting this game, and I can probably sell you a dream. I can probably sell you a lot of good things about the game that make you want to play it. However, there are some things that I know will probably deter the average person from supporting the game, and I want to put those things out in Front Street. These are neither negative or positive. These are just the facts. Before we get into the video, guys, please, if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps your boy with the algorithm, all that good stuff. With that being said, let's hop into the video. Alright, guys, so first thing you should know before supporting eSlab 2, and I want to say this is the most important one, so I want to get this one right out the way, is the fact that eSlab 2 is a crowd-funded fighting game, which means if you want access to the full version of the game, you have to drop a little bit of cash. How much cash? Is $5 a month to the creator's Patreon. Now, I know that's a hard sell. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you clicked off this video just off that sentence alone. However, let me cook for a little bit, okay? Now, when it comes to updates for this game, if you want continued updates to this game, you have to remain subscribed to the Patreon. But I do want to say updates are somewhere around every 2 weeks, and usually just like small character patches, changes to the gameplay. As far as like system mechanics, they're just like very small stuff. Okay, now every maybe 4 to 6 months or so, you might get a major update. So here's what I recommend: if you just want to try out the game for a bit, if you feel like the free trial version isn't doing it for you, drop the 5, unsubscribe. Then you have a copy of the game to yourself, and that copy, it won't be up to date as far as like patches and changes go. The core concept of the game will remain the same. The only thing that will change is maybe like some characters got some stuff changed about them and stuff, whatever, right? Now, when that major update drops, if you want to stay up to date on some of the changes receiving to the game without having to subscribe to Patreon, follow the creator on Twitter. I will have a link to his Twitter in the description box below. I'll also have a link to the Discord if you want to stay updated through the community as well. Stay up to date via the Twitter or the Discord. And when you see that a major update is dropping, go ahead and drop the 5 again. And then, you know, rinse, wash, and repeat if you want to do it that way. That's the best way I can sell you on that fact. I understand that a lot of people don't like that idea of just like supporting a game, dropping money every month, and then they won't see a finished product for at least another 3 or 4 years. Okay, I understand. We saw what happened to the last crowdfunding game. Yatagarasu Attack on Cataclysm? That game lost creator support. That game basically got canceled, and we'll probably never see a finished product of that game ever again. So I don't want to see that happen to eSlab 2. So as long as we support the creator, there's a good chance we'll see a finished product of this game one day. Okay, I'm being hopeful. All right, but I understand that people who are apprehensive about that idea, okay, who would rather just wait till the game is finished and then pay full price wherever it releases on Steam, wherever platforms the creator decides to release the game on. I completely understand that, but I do want to point that out, that this is a crowdfunding game. So in order to get access to the full game as well as future updates, you have to subscribe to the Patreon and remain subscribed. The second thing you should know about eSlab 2 is that eSlab 2 is a very fast-paced anime fighter. It is very similar to the likes of Guilty Gear, Multi-Blood, Under Night, etc., etc. It takes a lot of different ideas from a lot of its predecessors and sort of combine them to this one huge melting pot full of just fun, crazy stuff. Characters are cool. We have a lot of interesting mechanics. The list goes on. So if you're a fan of extremely fast-paced, aggressive style of fighting games, anime fighters basically, eSlab 2 might be the game for you. The third thing you should know about eSlab 2 is that eSlab 2 does have rollback netcode. Yes, we have functioning rollback netcode. It was implemented maybe about 2 years ago, I want to say, so it is still a work in progress. However, the netcode is functioning rather smoothly. That may be due to the fact that it's still a relatively small server, so we aren't really overloaded with people like that. But for the most part, netcode runs fine, so you shouldn't have to worry anything about connection problems and stuff like that. We do have in-game lobbies, so you can hop into either a US lobby or a Japan lobby. We only have 2 lobbies for now, but I'm sure as the game grows, we'll have more lobbies. But there are 2 functioning lobby systems that you can join in and challenge people for games. That we do have spectator mode. You can watch people play games. There is an option where you can host your own games using an IP address and all that stuff. I personally wouldn't do all that. It's not necessary anymore. It was at one point where we didn't have the lobby system, but now that we have the lobby system, I personally wouldn't recommend it. Just go ahead, hop into one of the lobbies, and just play your games from there. Speaking of online, the fourth thing you should know about eSlab 2 is that eSlab 2 is unfortunately a Discord fighter. What is a Discord fighter? A Discord fighter is a fighting game where you can't find people to play online through normal means, so you have to join a Discord and ask for games that way. I personally never been a big fan of that concept. I personally just like joining a ring queue or a lobby and finding games through that way. Unfortunately, eSlab 2 does not have that luxury yet. A lot of these online systems are a work of progress, so for now, we are a Discord fighter. However, don't run away yet, because the eSlab 2 community is a pretty cool community. Lots of nice people to play with, from OGs to new players, people who will teach you how to play a game, people you can learn from, people you can play with and grow with. So I will recommend joining the Discord and asking people for games. I'm telling you, lots of good players, lots of cool people. I think you won't regret it. The fifth thing you should know about eSlab 2 before you support is that unfortunately there aren't a lot of character guides or tutorials to help you learn and understand the game. Now, there are a couple reasons for that. I have my own reason, and my reason is that this game gets a lot of changes very frequently, so it's hard to make definitive character guides or tutorials for a game where literally at a moment's notice a character can get reworked, a new assist mechanic can get added, a system mechanic can get changed or taken out. So it's hard to make that style of content for this kind of game. There was a time where I made a character overview for a character named Tay in the game, and while that overview wasn't in-depth at all, there was something I highlighted about her character that got taken out. She had a short hop mechanic where if you inputted 2369, Tay would do this little short hop, and it added layers to a mix-up game. Literally 2 weeks after I made that video, that mechanic got taken out. She no longer has that. So you can kind of see why a person like me, who wants people to learn the game, who wants people to understand how to play the game, don't want to make any like definitive resources, because this game could get changed so drastically at a moment's notice. However, with that being said, there are some resources that you can still use. Of course, like I've constantly mentioned in the video, the Discord has character channels for each character in the game. So there's a lot of clips in there, a lot of discussion about the characters, a lot of people to learn and ask from in there that help you learn the characters that you want to learn. Also, we have the Mizumi Wiki that was started by a member by the name of Mitchell, who is now being updated by Jiv, a friend of the channel, a guy who I played a lot of sets with on this channel in the past. He is currently updating the wiki, make sure everything's up to date. So it'll have explanations on system mechanics, character moves, frame data, whatever you want to know, it's actually in the wiki. So we do have stuff for you guys out there, just not in video format. But when we get closer to the completion of the game, you will most definitely, on my end, see a lot more tutorial and character guide style of content. So be on the lookout, stay tuned for that. Next thing you should know about eSlab 2 before you support is that all the characters in the game are not actually finished. There are 10 characters in the game, and 6 out of those 10 characters are actually finished. Those characters being Main, Siska, Cecil, Kadora, Tay, and Tina. The remaining 4 characters, Yagabi, Serena, Saventina, and Alcott, are getting either major changes or some touch-ups. Serena is getting a complete brand new redesign. Saventina is getting a rework to her gameplay. Alcott is getting a rework to his gameplay, and I think a redesign, I'm not too sure. And Yagabi just needs some touch-ups and he'll be a complete character. But out of those 4 characters, Yagabi is probably the most complete one, so you could probably start messing around with him. But as far as the other 3 characters are concerned, those characters will be getting changed drastically in the future. So you can still play around with those characters. Some of the things they might not actually work. I know a lot of Alcott stuff doesn't really work. I think he might even be like a bugged out mess at this point. I haven't really touched the character in a long time, so I don't know if he doesn't just glitch out the game when you hit him or whatnot. But Saventina, she's currently being worked on. Her gameplay just got a complete overhaul not too long ago, and those changes are still coming out as we speak. There was actually just a patch maybe a couple days ago where she received a lot of changes. So yeah, all the characters in this game are not finished. Only 6 of the 10 are finished. Those characters you have complete confidence to learn and not worry about any like super crazy changes happening. The remaining 4 still needs a lot of work, so be on the lookout for those changes for those characters. I'm really excited for a lot of them. Serena's probably the one I'm most excited for, but yeah, stay tuned for that. Another thing you should know about eSlab 2 before you support is that this game has a lot of issue in regards to bugs and glitches and stuff like that. You will run into a lot of different issues when booting up the game, from characters glitching out to screens randomly turning black to not being able to set your inputs correctly at the home screen. There's just a lot of things that can go wrong with booting up this game. If you run into any issues while booting up the game, you want to report those issues, there is a channel in the community Discord where you can report those kind of things. Someone will notice those things and report those issues to the developers. There's also a JP server where you can go straight to the source and report things you find wrong with the game that way. So yeah, be ready to have your characters randomly glitch out while you play the game. The last and final thing you should know before supporting eSlap 2 is the fact that most likely, and I do mean when I say most likely, won't be finished for another 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, however many years. To give you an idea of how long this game is in development, when I started playing this game about 3 years ago, this game has already been in the works for at least 5+ years. Okay, so you can only imagine how long it can take to finish this game. The people who support this game know that we are in it for the long haul. We're not expecting any releases on Steam or any official releases on any official platforms for any time soon. We know that we are going to be playing this game, supporting this game until it's finished for a very long time, and we're okay with that because in our hearts we do believe this is one of the best fighting games to have ever been created. Okay. We also believe this game has the potential to become one of the best fighting games to ever exist, given it gets its proper time to develop. Free and Pixel have been working on this game for a very long time. This is their baby, so they're going to take very good care of it. So it's up to us as the community to support these creators because we love this game so much and give them the space they need to create the game that we want to see. Okay? I truly do believe in my heart of hearts that this is the best fighting game that I ever played. I truly do believe that, and I have a lot of bangers in my resume. Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. There are a lot of fighting games that I played over the years that don't give me the same feeling that eSlap 2 does. And the day when this game finally gets a full release, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be amazing. It's going to feel like a lot of the hard work that I put in, as well as the other members in the community have been putting in over the years, will finally mean something. You know, this game is special, man, and you can't rush greatness. Okay, you can't rush greatness. So please, if you can, rock with us, take the journey with us, because I'm telling you, you're gonna be here for a minute. But I'm telling you, you're gonna love every single second of it. Trust me on that. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Hopefully this video gave you guys a good idea what you're getting yourself into before you decide to support the game. If you do decide to support the game, you want to get your hands on it, there'll be links in the description box below that have links to the free trial version game, the Patreon where you subscribe $5 a month to get access to the full game as well as weekly updates, a community Discord, and a wiki to help you understand the system mechanics and the characters of the game. It's been your boy Disco Wonderland, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.